So what we've been talking about this past week is how dangerous and how deadly the Kansas City Chiefs are, and how much areas in their team is, super good. But what we haven't talked about is the rookies and the UDFAs and the second year players, third year players, right? We haven't really spoke about them. So in this video, we're going to be covering the rookies, we're going to be covering the UDFAs, we're going to be covering the third year and second year players, and we're going to be talking about how much they bring to this team, how important they are. So let's get it. So obviously UDFAs, right? We've leaned on some UDFAs back in the days, such as Darrell Williams on offense, Travarius Ward on defense, and Tommy Townsend on special teams. Those was all some UDFAs, and they ended up doing, very, very good. Other guys like Malik Herron, Turk Wharton, they were solid. But UDFA wideouts, Justin Ross and Nico Remigio, right? So what we know about Nico Remigio is that he's actually pretty solid. He's not bad. He be making plays when it comes to mini camp and stuff like that. We've seen him make plays. He also was very good in college, good kick returner, good punt returner. So Nico Remigio still has some type of talent. Now, when it comes to Nico Remigio making a 7-man, I don't really know, because is he gonna take Watson's spot? Is he gonna take Hardman's? I doubt it. So when it comes to him making a 7-man, that's where it gets hard. I still believe we should cut Sky Moore, but a lot of people don't believe that. I still believe in that. Justin Ross, another solid UDFA who I think didn't get enough playing time. And I do believe it's not time to give up on Justin Ross yet. You know how I am. I'm a big supporter of Justin Ross. So I do believe Justin Ross is good enough to make the 7-man. And I want to see that happen, because I know he has a lot of potential. And he could be very, very good for the Kansas City Chiefs as a big-bodied wide receiver that could catch in the red zone. Now, if you look at our draft class this season, Xavier Worthy, round 1, which was obviously a very killer pick, because they let us get a guy like him, and we know what he brings to this team. Then we got Kingsley Samatia. I don't really know how to say his name, but he's an offensive tackle, BYU. He's very solid. Obviously, I don't think he could be a first-year starter, but I do believe that he could develop and become a very good starter in the future. Then round 4, we got Jared Wiley, the tight end out of TCU, who's very big. He could catch very well. He's very fluid. And he even reminded me of Travis Kelce in some of his highlights. So I like that pick. And then round 4, we got Jaden Hicks, the safety out of Washington State. I like him as well. He's very solid safety. If you look at his highlights, you'll see why he fits the Steve Spags defense. Then round 5, Hunter Norzad. That's like an old line. He's just a developmental piece, because we're preparing to lose either Thuney or Trey Smith next year. Then Kamal Haddon, the cornerback out of Tennessee, and CJ Hansen, the O-line of the Holy Cross, for the 7th round. Now, Kamal Haddon, man, I think he's going to be good. He fits the Spags type of, defense. Some solid UDFAs that we signed this year is Miles Battle. He's a lengthy rotational defensive back for the Utes. He played for the Utes. He is lengthy. He was a rotational defensive back. Very solid and very unique type of cornerback. Then we got Reggie Brown, a wide receiver out of James Madison, who had 53 catches for 1,054 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. I'm sorry I sound like this. I literally just woke up, but I had to get y'all a video real quick. Then we got a big body Baylor Cup who played for Texas Tech, 6'6", 260 pounds, man. So that's also a solid, UDFA right there. But my favorite UDFA, well, first let's talk about Curtis Jacobs, because he's a very good UDFA. He's a sleeper, and he could definitely have competition for that final linebacker spot on the active roster out of Penn. He was from Penn State, so you know how that go. But a UDFA that I like a lot, me personally, is I like Fabian Lovett, the D-line. He could be a rotational run stopper. He has length. He has strength to stand out if he gets the chance. And then I also have another one that I like a lot, Carson Steele. Man. Him being a UDFA was crazy. I mean, he was one of the Chiefs' 30 official pre-draft visits. So him being on the team after going undrafted was obviously not surprising. And he's good. We didn't sign a running back, or we didn't draft a running back. Well, until we signed Carson Steele, obviously. But we didn't draft a running back, and we didn't sign like a veteran running back. So us getting Carson Steele is very good because he's a need, obviously. He had 167 carries for 847 yards for UCLA, but obviously his best years is at Ball State. So those UDFAs and those rookies just from this draft class could definitely make a difference for us. And if we look at last year's draft class, I mean, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best, but it still was pretty solid. You know, it was still pretty solid. We obviously got FAU, who also is still he's still developing, you know, he's still developing. Then we got Rashee Rice, who obviously had an amazing year. It actually wasn't that bad. I mean, Keandre Coburn, BJ Thompson, I don't know, you know, those dudes, okay. Nick Jones, but Shamari Connor, amazing pick. He's very good. He actually made a lot of plays in the playoffs and in the regular season. Rashee Rice obviously was the best pick of that draft class for the Chiefs. One of the best receivers out of that class. He had almost 1,000 yards in his first year, so that was Veach nailed that pick. And then Felix Anudike-Uzomah, who obviously didn't do nothing the first year, but that doesn't mean, you know, he's done. He has a lot of years left. He could develop. He's an edge rusher. Not every edge rusher is a beast their first season, but once he gets to playing time, I'm pretty sure he could do something. Now, this draft class was the best Veach draft class I've ever seen, in my opinion. 2022, obviously. Trent McDuffie, Pro Bowl cornerback. George Karlaftis, did he have 10 sacks? George Karlaftis, 10 sacks, 10 plus sacks. Sky Moore, okay, that wasn't really a good pick, but it should have been a good pick. Brian Cook, amazing pick. Leo Chanel, amazing pick. Joshua Williams, solid. Jalen Watson, solid. Isaiah Johnson, great pick if he didn't get injured. Isaiah Pacheco, amazing pick at running back, man. But Trent McDuffie, Karlaftis, and Pacheco was obviously the main three of that draft class, and they all was a big part of why we even went back to back. So seeing that, and realizing that Brett Veach, he's really making it happen for the Kansas City Chiefs with these UDFAs. And, you know, with the way he's been drafting these past few years, he's setting the Chiefs up for a lot of success. And that's perfect when you have a guy like Mahomes and Chris Jones, and you have guys like Kels. You know, when you have them type of dudes at the veteran spot, and you bringing in all this young talent around them that knows how to ball out, it makes everything easier for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is why we keep winning playoff games. This is why we keep going to that final stage, because we have the team and we're built for this. So when you're built for this, I mean, what that leads to, more rings, a lot of history, you know, just the Chiefs, they just know what to do. I mean, they just know what to do. I mean, they put their young guys in great positions to succeed. It's not really nothing to it but that, man. The young guys is in great positions to succeed. I mean, just look at it like this. Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, Pacheco, everyone from that 2022 draft class, they never lost a playoff game in their career. And they played a lot of playoff games. They're undefeated in the playoffs. They don't even know the feeling of that heartbreak, bro. So hopefully they never get the feeling of it. But realistically, they probably will one day. But not this season, because we going back to back. So, I mean, we going 3-peat, back to back to back. So they're not going to feel that heartbreaking feeling. But the Chiefs, man, this team is just different. Like, it's really different. And I had to speak about the UDFAs. Somebody in my last video wanted me to do that. So I was like, I'll do it for them, you know? And plus, it's a topic that I haven't really covered. So the UDFAs, I do believe that Justin Ross could find his way into the roster, by the way. Nico Remigio, I don't know. I want both of them to make the raw receiver room, but I don't know how possible that is. But we'll see. But all I know is this team, man, is just different. And like, you bringing dudes like Hollywood around for the rookies, you know, to help them develop. And because Hollywood, he's not old, but he's still a veteran presence, kind of, because, you know, he's been in the league for a little minute now. But yeah, man, all this talent and all these hungry dudes that want a contract, they want to be the best ever. And that's what creates a winning DNA and creates a winning team. When you got a bunch of players that want to be the best and want to be perfect at everything they do, that's how you create a winning team. That's how you create a winning roster. And that's why the Kansas City Chiefs are so good. But anyways, I got a 20-minute video coming out for y'all soon. and it's gonna be a long video. It's gonna be about why the Kansas City Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. So stay tuned for that. But Chiefs priority, man. I'm out. Peace.